The winter arc is here. You want to be sharper, stronger, and have everyone in your city, state. 3 things you can do to have a successful winter arc. Get your notepads out, like this video, and lock in. The first thing you can do to have a successful winter arc is start with your physique, man. Listen, body game is the foundation of everything. Body game is the foundation of everything. So we must work on our physique. I know for me, my goal is to cut down 15 to 20 pounds. That is my goal. So how I'm gonna do, I'm gonna focus on limiting my alcohol consumption. Focus on eating whole, clean foods. So that's gonna require me to cook more, right? I've been eating out a lot, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I've been eating out a little more. I still focus on staying within my regimen, but for the most part, I'm gonna focus on eating more at home, cooking my meals. If I do wanna cheat, I'll cook my cheat meal. So instead of going to McDonald's, Five Guys, get a hamburger, I'll make the hamburgers at home. I'll get some low-calorie keto buns, get some crispy potatoes, chop them up, and cook them myself. Less processed, and I make control of what's going in my body versus me going to fast food. So your physique, guys, you gotta get your physique in order, bro. Listen, when you achieve your fitness goals, bro, it just makes you feel more confident, bro. You feel better about yourself. Whether you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, listen, especially if somebody's trying to lose weight, you probably lost 50 to 60. If you've lost over 30 plus pounds, there's a huge difference. You feel a lot better. You feel lighter. You don't feel as heavy when you're walking. Your clothes are gonna fit better, bro. It just does something to your self-esteem. Get your physique in order, bro. Listen, I'm a coach. You need coaching. I got blueprints in the link. Link is in the description if you want the Lean Machine blueprint. Or if you want access to more of my coaching, get into the Ascension University group. It's gonna change your life. It's gonna change your game. It's gonna elevate you for real. Now listen, I'm gonna give you a step-by-step plan right now. Let's just say you wanna lose 20 pounds. You work, we'll say 12 hours a day. Train 3 times a week. And like I said before, stop focusing on trying to train every day. Just focus on 3 days a week. And when you think about it, instead of thinking about 3 days a week, think about it as 3 hours a week. There's 168 hours in a week. 168 hours in a week. You have 3 hours out of that 168 hours to train. Train 3 hours a week. Eat 1.3 gram protein per pound of body weight. Because listen, when you're trying to cut down, you want to consume a lot more protein just so you feel satiated. You also want to add fiber in every meal. So how I would do it, I would plan my meals around this. I would try to consume 40 to 60 grams of protein in each meal. Second, I would get 6 to 8 grams of fiber in each meal. Because listen, fiber is going to be king as well. Fiber is king, just like protein. You want to consume protein and fiber. When you consume protein and fiber, you're just going to create a fat burning machine because you're not going to be eating as much. You're going to be satiated. Imagine you get some 8 ounces of lean steak and a big sweet potato. Oh my gosh, that's the perfect meal. The perfect meal. Maybe add some green veggies in there, like some broccoli or spinach. That's a great meal. That's just gonna keep you full and satiated, and you're not gonna be eating as much. Because when your ghrelin levels are raised, that means you send this into your brain that you need to eat more. That comes when you eat a lot of processed food. You eat a lot of nachos, chips, cookies, sweets, things that are just gonna trigger your ghrelin levels. But when we eat stuff like lean steak, green veggies, sweet potatoes, stuff that's high in fiber, high in protein, that triggers our leptin levels, which is a signal that says to our brain that, hey, we're good, we don't need any more, we're satisfied. So you want to do things, set yourself up for success. Another thing we need to do to make sure we get our physique in order is to set up our environment. Our environment is everything. Your environment influences you. Like I said before, a disciplined man doesn't put himself in a position to be disciplined. If I want to lose 20 pounds, I gotta remove all the sweets. I'm not gonna. Why am I gonna have cupcakes in the house? Why am I gonna have access to ice cream, apple pie, tres leches cake, crumble cookie? Why am I gonna have these things in my atmosphere, in my ecosystem? You want to replace all those foods with protein, lean steak, eggs, green veggies, lentils, apples, berries, things that's just gonna be low calorie, high protein, high fiber, nutritious, and it's just gonna be good for your macros and micros. So you want to set yourself up for success. That's just an example. But guys, the first thing you need to do to have a successful winter arc is physical discipline, right? Hitting the gym, going on your walks, or if you like running, go swimming, go swimming. Having hobbies, things that keep you active. This is going to be the first thing you need to do this winter. Because listen, where everybody's out partying, where everybody's out BSing around, you're locked in on your fitness goals. And listen, you can still go out and hit your fitness goals, but if you're around a lot of people that are on the same wavelength as you, that's not on the same frequency, their energy can bring you down. So you want to get around people that's on the same frequency as you as well. All right. So that's the first step. Second, you want to be developing your mind. So I'm a big believer in readers. Reading is king. Readers are leaders, man. So reading different things about money, reading different things about business, reading things about social media, content, the mind, how the mind works, reading things that's just going to elevate you, increasing your knowledge. Knowledge is power. Matter of fact, let me take that back. Applied knowledge is power, but the first step to applying that knowledge is acquiring knowledge. You want to acquire knowledge and then apply the knowledge. So reading books about money, reading books about stocks, watching YouTube, informative YouTube videos, bro. Whatever field you're in. I'm in YouTube. I'm a fitness guy. I'm also creating content. So I look up things about creating content, how I can monetize my content. I'm a fitness guy. So I've been studying fitness for years. I got my certifications. I do continuing education. I look up different fitness guys and that's doing amazing in my industry, and I study them. I study their tactics, their principles and things they learn, and I educate myself. I apply it in my life and I apply it in my client's life. So finding out what you like, finding out things that you want to accomplish, and study that. Study the person that's in your industry. Get coaching, get mentorship. This is part of developing your mind. Getting mentorship. Getting a coach. I'm in group coaching right now. It's going great. But find a coach, find a mentor. These are things that's just going to help you be better. Because listen, you want to go far, go along. You want to go fast. If you want to go fast, go along. You want to go far, go in a pack. It's some shit like that. I ain't gonna lie. It's some shit like that. I personally might say it. Correct me in the comment section because I know y'all know everything. So correct me in the comment section if I'm saying it right. But get around like-minded individuals. Get in the room with people that's doing better than you. Get around people that's in a higher level. Get to where you want to go. A wise man once told me, listen to people that have gone there, that are where you're trying to go, that have been where you're trying to go. Don't listen. Why would you take advice from someone that has not done anything you're trying to accomplish? Why would I listen to somebody that's out of shape tell me how to get into shape? I'm just not gonna do it. Or why would I listen to somebody that's poor on how to get rich? It's not gonna happen. So education, educating yourself, podcasts, different podcasts on Spotify, Apple Music, or YouTube. If we're on a podcast, audiobooks. I love listening to audiobooks on the way to work. On the way to work, or if I'm on a walk, a little nature walk. I like to listen to my audiobooks. Find time to read too. I think reading is very important, but if you don't have time to read, get you some audiobooks. But just educating yourself, improving your knowledge is just going to elevate you to another level. So the first thing we had to do, we're going to get our body in shape. The second thing is we're going to educate ourselves. Educating ourselves on whatever industry you're in. Just educating ourselves on different things that's just going to elevate our life, our money, relationships, spiritual things, anything. Just elevate yourself. All right? Let's get to the last one. All right, man. The last, but certainly not least, man. We need to connect to our spirit, man. Listen, we're so caught up in worldly things, we forget about our spirit, man. We are spiritual beings in this world. We are really spiritual beings. We're all connected, bro. We're all connected, but we need to really connect to our spiritual side. So, like I said in the second point, reading. Tap into the Bible, guys. Just read the Bible, man. Listen, the Bible, there's so much wisdom inside the Bible. There's so much knowledge, wisdom, and understanding inside the Bible. There's so much game in there, right? The Bible stands for basic instructions before leaving earth. There's just so much information. I like to tell all men, read Proverbs, the book of Proverbs. There's so much wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in Proverbs. Just read it, and read it from your own understanding. Don't read it. Don't let a pastor try to tell you what it means. Read it from your point of view, because a lot of times You might be discouraged when you hear a pastor talk about it, but read it and discern what it's saying to you. But read the Bible, man. Read Proverbs, man. Like I said, read Proverbs. There's just so much wisdom about money, friendships, relationships. It's just so much information that just from this book alone, there's 66 books in the Bible, but I recommend Proverbs. Start with Proverbs. Proverbs is a really good book. It's my favorite. And then just go on a rabbit hole, but really connect to your spirit, prayer, connect with the Most High, which is God. Connect with God, really get connected, build that relationship with Him. He's the Most High. Meditation, I think meditation is a game changer. If you're someone that deals with anxiety, someone that's always, upbeat, is always stressed out, just take some time to meditate. Meditate means to focus. Meditate. Meditation is a game changer for me. There's an app called the Insight Timer. I recommend you download Insight Timer. It's a really good app. It's guided meditations. It has 2-minute meditations, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, hour long. It depends on however much time you have. If you're a beginner, just start with a quick little 5-minute meditation. It's a complete game changer. But connect with your spirit, bro. Connect with your spirit. A great thing I like to do sometimes is to fast. Fast from social media. Take the social media break. This is some heavy game. Take a social media break. Take a social break off of social media. Your Instagram, your TikTok, Facebook, whatever social media apps. You just take a break from it. Disconnect from it for like a week. Not using it. You'll realize you'll get so much done because you're not scrolling. You're not watching somebody else's life dicking around in your life. You're really when we're on these apps, we're distracted and we're disconnected from our spirit. We're more focused on the worldly things, but we need to really practice, meditation, fasting. I think fasting is everything. Fasting is a great thing to add into your spiritual practice, but just really connect with your spirit, man. I think these 3 things you do is going to change your life in these next 60 to 90 days, man. But listen, first thing we did, we're getting our body in shape this winter. We're picking a simple goal, and we're locking in on it. Second, we're educating ourselves, whether it's in fitness, finances, spirituality, anything, relationships. We're getting more knowledge. We're increasing our knowledge, and then we're applying the knowledge we're learning. Because knowledge without power, knowledge without application is just pure philosophy. It's meaningless if you're not going to do anything with that. And the last thing, we're connecting with our spirit. We're spiritual beings. We must connect with our spirit. We must really get connected and stop being distracted by the worldly things. Make sure you guys like this video, man. Send this to another brother, man, that's trying to get right this winter, man. Listen, you guys are going to do well. If you're watching this video, you're destined for greatness. Don't forget to like this video, comment, subscribe. If you haven't joined already, join my Ascension University group. Link is in the description. The first 5 members get access free.